Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone. This is Tanika Wright of Real 365 back with another independent filmmaker chat tonight. I am sitting with the director and an actor from short film Don't Bite the Apple, Maurice Dortch, and Corey Hendrix. How you guys doing?
Good, good.
Oh, doing good. No complaints.
Good. We were supposed to have Melanie Lauren on with us, but unfortunately she could not make it. We're going to have to sit down with her another time and pick her brain. So I wanted to do this chat to try and get a feel of what goes on in front of and behind the camera when shooting a film. Directors and producers behind the camera and actors in front of. So before we get into all of that, let's get a little background from the both of you.
Okay. Maurice can start.
Well, I used to be a porno director. No, I'm just I've been writing professionally since 2001. I started off as strictly just a writer, and then shot a couple of things around. And writer strike hit. Started writing for Second City here in Chicago, and then I was shopping a sitcom around 2009, but they were only trying to get reality TV shows. My mentor was like, "Well, turn your sitcom into a short film." Tried my hand at that, and it was an epic fail. But I was definitely inspired to keep going. And so I did this sketch comedy show called Last Laugh with Brian Wildcat. It was supposed to be original Lil Rel. That didn't pan out. Then I got Brian Wildcat, and I got my man on deck too, Corey Hendrix in it. And we did this sketch called No Homo. And Corey played a questionable character in that sketch, and did such a good job. But I was like, you know what? I love working with Corey. I've seen him. I think we originally met at ABFF, right, Corey?
Yeah. It's 2010 ABFF.
2010 ABFF, and we kicked it off very well. And so I specifically was like, man, I gotta write something for Corey, and so I had this idea one night. I was just laying in bed, and I had the idea, Don't Bite the Apple. I got up and I literally wrote it in one night. And so I wrote the first draft of Don't Bite the Apple. I sent it to a friend of mine, Eugene Bush, who was a cinematographer. He loved it. The first thing he said is, church people gonna hate you for it, and the world gonna hate you for it. So we need to do it. So we're Don't Bite the Apple. Since then, I've gone to do a revamp of Last Laugh. My partner, former partner now, but still my brother and good friend, Axel Reefman, and I went to do, I think, 5 short films. Last Laugh sketch web series. Right now, we're currently in post-production on the last short film that we did together called Our Vows with Cyril Smith and Tamla Perry from Fox APB.
Nice.
So we're wrapping that up, and then I'm currently working on a web series. I don't know if you asked for all of this, but yeah,
I didn't, but
okay. I'm gonna shut up.
I'm just gonna let you flow. But you did say something. The two of you met at ABFF, American Black Film Festival, and just happened to be from Chicago and hadn't run into each other.
No.
Yeah.
Did you both know anyone that were in same circle, or you just?
Yeah, like we knew people in the same circle because like the Chicago film scene, especially the black film scene, it's kind of like everybody knows each other. So I didn't know Maurice, but we knew the mutual people.
Okay.
And I think at the time I had just did a feature film called what was it? Get a Job.
Good
Yep.
job.
The director named James Reed and James Reed Jr. And I think him and Maurice bumped into each other first, and then we had the trailer. And like Maurice said, we just we latched on right then, hit it off, and we just knew we had to work together. So good stuff happens at the film festivals.
That's true. That's true. So let's hear some background on you. How'd you get started in acting?
My journey started. My mother was the person who told me I should go into acting, but the journey really started when I was in college at Southern Illinois University in Carbondale. My brother was a film student, and I would just act in his short film, student film, stuff like that. And then went on to do a play, and I loved the way that felt. Like the first play I did, I knew right then I could do that for the rest of my life. Even if I never became a star, if I didn't make millions of dollars, I knew if I could just take care of myself doing this, I could do it. And then after college, I went on to the St. Louis Black Repertory Company, and they had an acting internship program. So I did that for like a year in St. Louis, got my chops up, and then came back to Chicago and just dived in the indie theater scene, the indie film scene. And that's pretty much that. In 2010, bumped into Maurice and worked with him on projects and just been trying to grow since.
So what made your mom feel like you should be an actor?
I guess I was always telling stories when I was little and always, acting them out when I was telling them. I didn't realize it, but I was always running my mouth, talking, telling the story. I guess being kind of, just acting the stories out. And she said, you should go into drama. And I wanted to play basketball like every other little boy. I had those hoop dreams. So I was like, I'm going to the NBA. But, that gets more and more competitive as you get older, especially in a city like Chicago. So, I had to make the acting thing real.
Okay, so let's go back to you, Maurice, and the idea. Well, first, give us a little snippet of what Don't Bite the Apple is all about.
So Don't Bite the Apple is basically a story about an engaged couple who tried to do the right thing going into their marriage by abstaining from sex. So a Christian engaged couple decided to try to do the right thing by into the marriage. Yep.
And then the idea, you said earlier, the idea just came to you?
Yeah, it came to me from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to kind of share that journey, good and bad, So it was fun to write, to kind of tell a little bit of the secrets, like the back massage, how the brothers be setting it up, But no, it was a story of a personal journey, as well as just I think everybody can relate to this story.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not faith based,
Right.
I think sometimes people they want to go into it and they want to be able to enter into their relationship knowing that it's not based off of sex. So I think it was a story that everybody related to, faith or not.
Mm-hmm. Corey, what did you think of this script when you first read it?
When I first read it, you know what? I thought it was good. I remember where I was. We were at Cassie House, Maurice. I think you told me about it, or you let me read the script.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, he got something with this. This is good. I thought it was like, it's faith-based, but it's not like too churchy in a way. It's like it was balanced in the story, and I thought a lot of people could relate to it. I thought it was a funny story, So I was like, let's do it, bro. I was all in when I read it. Maurice is super talented. He always coming up with some good ideas or some crazy ideas. There's always gonna be something. There's gonna be something there, and I definitely knew he had something, so I jumped on board real quick.
Okay. So how did planning for shooting go? How much planning time for newbies, those first starting out, when you have a short film? I know I made this assumption, but I'm doing a short film, it's not going to be that much to plan for because it's not an hour and a half or whatever. So how did planning go for you for this?
So this was really my first hands-on experience. The first time I did this short film, I was working with another guy, and I was just kind of trusting his team. So it was unique because I had never like really been involved as much as I was and it was my first time directing. And so I think I wrote the script in November, and no, had to been October, and then we started shooting in January or February. But we shot it all in one weekend over 3 days. I think it was like 16-hour days, and it was really just trying to use my relationships to kind of save my money. I think we spent $3,000 on Don't Bite the Apple. But the casting process was very unique.
In what way?
Just trying to find the right characters to fit because I already knew Corey. It was right. So everything else was really just trying to base everything that fit him.
Right. Melanie did an awesome job because anyone acting opposite him and that character had something to deal with for sure.
Yeah. So it was just trying to find that balance. So with Melanie, and then Johnny Coolout was his best friend. So just and then just finding the locations. We were very fortunate to have a lot of good people who helped us with the location. We shot at Fly Clothing, which was a friend of mine, Dave Jeff in Chicago. It was his clothing store. I think we shot at the house. The home is actually 2 different locations.
Oh.
So 2 of my friends let me use their place. Because
the clothing store. Did you all film during hours, before or after?
During.
Because I thought you could tell that there was daylight.
Yeah, we shot during it, but we kind of, it was an off day, and it was a boutique location. So boutique clothes, like you have a lot of foot traffic because people not about to spend $500 on boutique. But the process was fairly, it was good. It was a smooth process. It wasn't as stressful as I thought it would.
Any difficulties you guys ran into?
Money.
Is that always?
Money. Some of the locations, because we had a montage, so trying to figure that out. There was some stuff that we did cut out just for production purposes, but we wanted to make sure. I mean, it didn't take away from the story. And just the right crew, finding the right crew was very important because I was just starting out, so I didn't know as many people as I know now. So it's like, man, just running around trying to find, things and really understand my position. Like I said, it was my first time directing. So there's a lot of stuff I didn't know that I was responsible for.
Yeah. How much prep time did you have, Corey, for rehearsal?
We had a small rehearsal process. We would meet, I can't remember how many weeks, but I know we had quite a few sessions. I would say if we filmed in February, we probably rehearsed had a good 5 sessions maybe of rehearsal.
Do you feel like you guys jive pretty well together first starting out? Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
It was like, because prior to this project, like I say, we worked on a No Homo project together, Maurice and I. And then I kind of had like an extra spot in another sketch he did. So I kind of knew like how he did certain things, but like he said, he was more hands-on this time as a director. And Melanie was super easy to work with. She was super cool. So we kind of knew like how we wanted to do things. It was just it was funny because it's a comedy piece, but you're dealing with sex and you're dealing with a church.
Right.
So it was like it was really just trying to find like the right balance and like, you know, just hit the right moments and not be too silly and not overdo anything sexual and, you know, just you know. So it wasn't really hard though. I felt like we gelled together good.
Yeah, yeah.
How much ad-libbing did you do, Corey? Do you recall?
A little, not a lot, because Maurice is pretty good with the writing. So a lot of what you hear is Maurice. I may have threw a word or two in. I may have, you know, switched up the phrase a little bit. I think the most ad-libbing I did was in the bedroom scene with me, and that was ADR really. So I think I may have threw some things in during that part, but a lot of the other stuff is mostly Maurice.
So Maurice, you wrote in fellatio to the
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I put a little sauce on it, but he definitely wrote it. I was like, okay, we gonna say it's okay.
Right, we're doing this in front of the pastor. Okay.
Right, I say, man, I won't be at this screening.
I just felt like fellatio was a good. I heard a joke from my friend Vanessa Fraction about it being a 12-step process, and so when that joke, it went a little different than her joke, but I remember just the fact that you even think about a 12-step process. So I thought, like, what would be the most reasonable way to say, hey, look, man, I'm not trying to cut cold turkey. I need a head. And I didn't want to say head, so I thought ratio was a good compromise to the humor.
Okay, I see we got some people that are watching. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you do have any questions that you want to pose, the chat is open. Just, type in your question and we'll be able to answer it as they come in. So let's see. Where am I on my notes? Now I lost my train of thought on my notes. You got me thrown off now.
You think about fellatio? Look, fellatio to everybody, y'all.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Okay, here I go. Tech talk. Do you recall which camera you use, how much equipment you use, how long was editing, how long was your editing process after you all filmed? Do you recall how intensive was that?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I was so I don't know if Corey remember the camera. I don't remember the camera.
I'm thinking. I actually forget the camera. The editing. It's funny because I'm actually in Santa Monica right now at the editor's apartment.
Yeah.
And he just stepped out. I'm yelling his name like, bro, like how long was the editing process? So give me a second, he'll be able to tell me. Okay. But the camera, I think at the time Eugene was using
was it the Sony?
It was some type of like Panasonic camera. It wasn't DSLR. He was using some type of Panasonic camera, I think he shot that with.
Yeah. And the crew was relatively small. We had Eugene, we had the sound guy and the light guy. Then we also he wasn't my business partner then, but Axel was on set. But the crew was relatively small. It was definitely less than 10 people. So.
Well, yeah, it was probably like, definitely less than 10 people. Probably like a consistent 5.
Yeah. And the editing process wasn't that long. It was like I said, it was some stuff that we had to cut out that didn't make it. Actually, we didn't shoot a couple of stuff, but the editing process wasn't long. Eugene and Javier pretty much did the preliminary editing, and I just came in, did some of the fine editing. But it was a very intriguing process. And then I wasn't there for the ADR. Corey and Eugene and Javier handled that. But it really, we was on a tight deadline because I know we was shooting, we finished shooting in February, and we were trying to make the deadline for ABFF, which is in March. So it went relatively quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other? Oh, do you guys see that note from Angela Cobb?
I just want them to know I support them both. Southside, thank you, Angela. I appreciate it.
Showing Chi-Town love.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I love the process. The only thing I kind of wish we could have kept one of the scenes in it, because the script is very blue, at least. It was a lot more edgier than the film.
Oh, wow.
Like, I think one of the scenes we cut out was in the montage where Corey's character had masturbated inside of, no, he dry humped a pillow. You remember this, Corey?
I've tried to forget so much, bro.
Yeah, he was supposed to dry hump the pillow and then go to the bathroom, and so Melanie character was supposed to roll over into the pillow, and you would see a stream, like it was supposed to have been like saliva. No, she says, "Are you still drooling in your sleep?" And then she was supposed to wipe it off. So that was I wanted that scene, but we didn't have time to film it because Melanie had to go, and we cut the show on time.
Oh my goodness.
Another part that was very unique to me is we made daylight in the middle of the night. I had never seen it. So the lighting guy was dope in that aspect.
Let's see, we have a question. How many pages? Oh, wait a minute, let me back up. Corey, did working with the indie film scene help you or assist in any way with getting industry work?
Of course. Like, first off, like, doing indie work is doing industry work. It's the same industry. It's just, it's things on a smaller scale, but yeah, it helps you build a body of work. So you want to get that good indie work in. That way you have something to show when you try to go knock on the big doors, before you get an agent. You go to, say you do a lot of theater work, but then you want representation for TV and film. You may not have anything tangible to show, So you do the student films, you do the short films, you do the independent feature films. This is good work, not just because you do anything. You have that, and you come across other directors, you can show them your reel. It works the same way. So, like, doing indie work definitely helps. It definitely helps.
Yeah. Let's see, another question. How many pages for the short, and how many minutes was it?
I think it was under 30 pages. It was 23 pages, 23, or it had to be between 23 and 25 because we was nervous about that because for ABFF, it had to be at 20 minutes. So it's two versions. One is 23 minutes, and then it's an ABF version that we haven't released, and that's exactly at 20 minutes. But I believe the original script was at 25 pages, between 23, 25 pages.
So what would you say, you doing this film and this being your first time directing, what tips would you give that you took into your next projects that you learned?
Just get it done. Don't overanalyze it. And I mean, that's the purpose of short films, short content, is that you learn and you grow from it. And you just want to get it done. And I think a lot of times we overanalyze everything. One of the things that I learned from this project to the next project is, and this is no disrespect to the actors, and they was worth every penny that I paid them, but I definitely decided not to pay actors in the short films following, only because I wanted to make sure that the money I spent was put into the quality of the production, and also that everyone had the passion for it. And I think it's not to take advantage of anyone's talent. It was just to the point where we're all talented. We're all going to invest in this. We're all going to say, yo, we're going to live and die with this project. And I started to then put more money into marketing and promotion. So like For the Record, I think we spent $350 on a production, and I kind of like spent like $500 on marketing, which is social media marketing, and it's one of our biggest. It's not bigger than Don't Bite the Apple. It's one of our biggest shorts, and I'm very proud of just that learning aspect of it. But I do, you know, I guess in my mind, and I want to be clear on this because I know I get a lot of flack from actors when I say that. It's as long as you have a plan. So for directors to come in the gate and be like, I'm not paying nobody, but then the product sits on the shelf for 5 years, those actors deserve to get paid. Those actors deserve, because they gave a talent and you're not planning on doing anything. So I always tell actors, if you're going to work for free, make sure those directors have a plan. Not just to say, oh yeah, we're going to put it in festivals, because what if you don't get into festivals? What happens?
Yeah.
You know, so you have to have a plan. All right, so if we don't make festival, what's the next thing? How am I going to get the exposure that's worth me not getting paid my rate to do this project? So,
Corey, what are your thoughts on not getting paid?
Well, as you can see, me and Maurice haven't worked together since. So, as soon as that brother started paying, we're going to do something else again. I love Maurice, man. I love Maurice. I think it all depends on the project. You know, it's each project is different. You know, I always tell people when they say, man, I wrote something, I'm working on something, I'm thinking about something, I have you in mind, I just say, you know, send me the script. If it's a good project, if it's a good team behind it, and I think it's some competent people that can get it done, then more than likely I'll be in. You know, it's like none of us have a lot of money. You know, I'm a filmmaker myself, so I understand what that's like. But I do have an issue with the idea that everybody should get paid except the actors, because the actors are the people who want to be famous, or they just want to be put on. So they'll do whatever they have to do to sacrifice. So it's like I've worked on plenty of projects where people, they pay the sound, the light guys, the DP, you know, food, hair, everybody gets paid. And they think, well, you know, the actors, they want to be famous, so this is part of their journey, this is part of their sacrifice. And it's like, nah, bills, just like you got bills, brother. You know, we all in the same boat. So like I say, it boils down to the project for me, but
yeah, I mean, definitely, if anybody's getting paid, everybody should be getting paid, you know. And that's, you know, from makeup artists to like, I'm not going to pay, I'm not going to not pay the actors and not pay, you know, I mean, and then pay my crew people. Like that doesn't make sense. So, you know, I want to be clear that in those projects, no one got paid. I mean, no one. I think my toys, we paid, and that's because we didn't have a drone. You know, we paid the drone cinematographer to come out because people wanted a specific shoot. But outside of that, no one else, you know what I'm saying? And so, no, it definitely has to be fair game for everyone.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it boils down to the project. If you can do it and if you feel that passionate about the project. But I think the difference is a lot of times when you have actors who just, they do a lot of indie work, you may not get paid a lot. So it's different if I'm working on big budget projects and I'm consistently making good money, and I come across somebody who has a good project but they don't have a budget. I can say, well, just give me the flat, bare minimum SAG rate, and we can get it done, or something like that, or they can do it for free. A lot of times, an actor, you may not be able to take that kind of loss. Some people look at it like, well, you can do this. Like, no, acting is my primary source of income. That is my primary. That's what I am. I'm an actor.
Eat right.
That's what I am.
Yeah. So let's see. We have another question. I was told to keep my short at 5 minutes / pages for the festivals. Any advice? Now, I haven't done festivals in a while, but 5 minutes is that's short. That's super short. I haven't heard of 5 minutes.
I mean, right now I feel like right now it's so much going on that just creating good content, because that one festival may say, first off, most festivals, they have a short film competition. I think a short can go up to about 20 minutes or something like that. Now, unless it's like a segment where they're just showcasing web series or webisodes or something like that, they may not want a webisode to go over 5 minutes or something like that. So I can understand that, but don't create anything in mind with, I have to do this or do this or do that for a film festival, because it's thousands across the world.
Yeah.
So it's like, create your content, and you'll find somewhere for it to land. You want to have a plan in place, but it'll land somewhere.
Chime in on that.
Don't edit yourself. I think a lot of people go with a thought in mind, like, okay, I'm gonna write a short specifically for this festival. Tell your story. Forgive me, I was just ran downstairs for something.
Some water.
Man, tell your story. If it fits within that time limit, then cool. If not, there are festivals for short films that go all the way to an hour. So just tell your story. Don't edit yourself. The festival is going to be there. People do recommend to keep them short because it's easier to format, put them into different packages, but it doesn't matter. A good story is a good story. And no one's going to be like, oh, snap. Here's this great story, but it's 25 minutes. And here's this terrible story, but it's 5 minutes. Let's do that.
Right.
They're going to work around it. They're going to figure out a way to get that 25-minute good short in there. My Toys was, I think, our shortest short film. It was like 6 to 8 minutes. I could not get that in the festival anywhere. And Don't Bite the Apple was 22 minutes, and majority of the festivals we put it in, we got in. So there's no formula to this. It's just story out and allow, your viewers will come. You'll find the viewers.
Good advice. Good advice. Let's go into what everyone is working on right now. Corey, you want to start?
Oh, yeah.
You've been super busy.
I just moved.
Don't Bite the Apple, right?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I said you've been super busy, right? Like you did Don't Bite the Apple, and then like you've had a lot of success since then, yeah?
I've worked some. I wouldn't call it a lot of success. Like, it's 2017 now. We did Don't Bite the Apple in 2011. So I've worked on some projects. I got an agent maybe almost 3 years ago, and that helped a lot. So I've been blessed. I've been fortunate, but it looks like a lot of work the way you can post stuff on social media, but trust me, I spend more time looking for work and trying to create work than I do actually working. But right now, I just moved to California about a little over a month ago.
And
so
look, don't let him blow that smoke up y'all butt, okay? My man been on Chicago PD, Fox 24 Legacy. He played the crackhead that saved the white girl in the Lifetime movie. Come on.
He wasn't no crackhead, man. Don't say that. No, I've been fortunate. Like I say, when I got an agent, I was really able to audition for projects that I didn't have access to before. So that's been a blessing. And I'm trying to take that. Well, I just took that big leap out here to California. So trying to get some audition work out here. I'm still auditioning in Chicago and Atlanta. Writing, trying to get some short content underway so I can build a bigger web presence. And that's mostly kind of what I'm focusing on right now, just writing and creating. I have my creative partner out here, Javier Villamil, who was an editor on Don't Bite the Apple. So we're both just creating content out here. I'm always hitting Maurice up, seeing what's going on with him, waiting for him to put me in his feature film whenever he does that. And that's really it, just auditioning and writing.
Staying busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Maurice? Where's the feature at?
The feature probably not coming until 2018. Right now, I'm focused on building my relationship with my mentors. That's something that I hadn't done in a while because I was trying to, just work on my content. And so I've been moving around between Atlanta and LA, trying to get my mentorships up. And they've been pretty much saying the same thing. We see you, just keep putting out the good content. So right now, I decided to do a web series. It's going to be 3 seasons, just to kind of show that I can do long form storytelling. So outside of just, the short films, to make sure that I could take a storyline and take it out for more than 1 season. So I'm very excited about this. I have a great team of people working with me on this. We're very excited. So we have some things in the works with this. I'm excited about it. Some things I can't really talk about it, but we'll be releasing an abstract trailer for it, similar to what Donald Glover did with Atlanta. Before you see scenes of the project, I'm working on that with my beautiful co-creator Lori Nelson.
Boogie.
L Boogie, you know what I'm saying? Who I actually met at ABFF to say, yeah, man, Corey. So
I remember Lori.
Yeah.
She's
from the DC,
right? Summer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember her. That's what's up. She a writer. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our second project. We did our vows together. So this would be our second project that we're doing. And congratulations to her. She just had a baby. So
congratulations.
She's man, she's definitely been excited about this project. So we're both excited to put this out to the masses. This is my first time working with a team of writers. Excited about that. I'm working with a new director of photography on this project, and we're probably gonna. I'm probably gonna bring in some directors to direct a couple of episodes, different directors. So I really
points.
Yeah, so I really want to be able to bring this in and run it as a TV series. But like I said, it's only going to be three seasons, and we're probably going to shoot all 3 at once. I don't know yet. I'm not going to tell you.
That's good stuff. Let's see. Does anyone else watching have any other questions before we close out? Yes, no, maybe so. Everybody's quiet. Yeah.
Laura, you ain't got no.
But here's okay. That's to you, Corey.
What was that?
From
And Cobb said, You're awesome. She was a PA for Mark Harris. I used to love her. She said she'll be in LA next week. She sent you a friend request.
Okay, cool. We can link up. That's what's up. Thank you.
All right. Any other tips that you guys want to leave with actors Oh, there's Lori. You guys are inspiring us.
No, Lori.
Or keep inspiring us, please.
Right.
Thanks for the chat.
Lori, look in my eyes. Me.
Me and you, girl. All right, where can everybody find you guys? Social media, websites, all that jazz. Where can everybody find you?
Corey, go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram at Corey Makes Movies. You can find me on Facebook at Corey Makes Movies. You can find me on Twitter at Corey Makes Movie, no S. And also contact me through my agents, Gil Hayes Talent.
And that's Corey, C-O-R-E-Y.
C-O-R-E-Y. Corey Makes Movies, yup.
All right.
He said, and talk to my agent. Don't call him. Contact my agent.
My people.
No, you can. No, I didn't mean it like that, Law.
You know
you can definitely hit me up in those links, you know. I'm just saying, a brother do got representation, that's all.
There you go.
Have my people call your people.
Right.
On Instagram, Twitter, MLD Filmmaker. It's really simple. MLD Filmmaker. And you can just Google Maurice Dortch and you can find me on Facebook. I'm working on my website right now. I just started a new company called Pipe Dreams Deferred. So I'm working on that. I'm very proud of that name. So yeah.
All right. And if for anyone who has not seen Don't Bite the Apple, because I have been sharing it on my Facebook page and on the Real 365 page, go back to those pages, find the link. If you've not seen it as of yet, it's a very good short film. Very good. Very good.
And make sure you share it. Share it.
Yes.
Tell everybody how dope Corey Hendrix. And listen, one of my best reviews ever was, I think, from Shadow and Act. And they said Corey Hendrix is the next Eddie Murphy. And
wow.
They said that?
I remember that. I remember when you posted that link for that.
I need to go find that one. I need to go find that one. Show it to my landlord.
Get a break on your rent.
For real.
I'm the next. I need you to recognize that.
Yeah, I gotta find. I'm gonna find it, Corey, and I'm gonna sit it. It was either Shadow and That, or it was.
I think it was Shadow and That.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember you posted it.
Yeah.
Bless their hearts over there, Shadow and Act.
So yeah, definitely shout out to Melanie. I hate you. She couldn't make it, but and Johnny cooled out. So yeah, definitely share. Don't Bite the Apple. I'm about to post it on my Facebook page now.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it too. I always tell people, like, Don't Bite the Apple is unique. It's like, it's really the first like soft porn Christian comedy you ever seen, you know? Yeah. Make sure y'all check it out. It's like a whole new genre.
Is this interview over? We're done, right? We're done.
Listen, I'm gonna let it go. I could go somewhere. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, you already in trouble for the fellatio comment.
I know.
Yeah.
Exactly, Lori. Exactly. I can't either with them. All
it's
right,
been fun, y'all. But I gotta run because I'm in somebody else's home and I gotta go right now. So thank y'all.
Thank you both for joining me tonight. Be sure to check these guys out, and I will be posting this video tomorrow for everyone to check out again. Thanks again. Check us out on Real 365. Good night, guys, and thanks again.
Thank you. Good night.
Shout out to Nicole. Hey, boo. All right, bye.